Yeah, so thank you so much for taking this time. I just wanted to ask you guys a few questions. So, what has it been like working from home now?
It has definitely been a major change. I'm finding myself sitting way more than I'm used to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not used to it. Usually I'm on my feet all day long, you know.
Mark, okay, so you work in the special needs department. And so are you able to engage with the students in the same way from home?
Well, you know, it's not going to be quite the same way because the population that we work with sometimes require a lot more one-on-one, teaching. So, like I did a video last week, like with a social story in it to read to the kids. I'll be doing videos this week with them where the software that we're using for the district allows us to do like video conferencing like this. So I'll try to do that with them. It'll be my first time really getting that down with them this week. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. Now, as you mentioned, some of the students require more one-on-one or maybe more hands-on education. And so will this impact their ability to progress to the next grade level?
No. According to the district guidelines, it cannot.
We have to make it happen.
In fact, this 9 weeks can only help their grade, but not hurt their grade.
Okay.
And working with these kids, I got to say the parents that I've had a chance to talk to are really, really dedicated to making sure that their kids don't fall behind,
Yeah. What have been the benefits, if any, having this new working from home situation?
We get to help each other make breakfast in the morning and lunch, and we get to sit down together, and usually we're rushing, and so there's less of a rush as far as that's concerned. I see I have a lot more students engaged because of the technology.
Yeah. I think the other thing we've noticed too is that even students that might have been quieter in classes that weren't, either maybe they were shy or maybe they weren't as engaged, you're suddenly seeing them like doing more and saying more that you might not have seen in the classroom because of the technology. Like some of the software that the district uses has what is that? Like sort of like TikTok.
I've been using Flipgrid with my students.
But it's an educational type of software.
And so each of them have to do their own little videos. And so usually they may not say anything. Now they have to do their own video. And so they're saying a lot in their video. So it's interesting to hear each of their individual voices. The other positive things, we've been playing a lot of D&D with our son, who's 18. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but it's actually very entertaining. It brings out the theatrical part of me, and a lot of imagination.
And so what are some ways that you already feel changed, individually because of this? And maybe some ways that you think the community will change?
Well, I'll be honest, technology-wise, video calling. I've been able to video call for years, barely ever used it. I mean, absolutely barely used it at all. But it's like become almost a standard now. And there's just this huge, where we're so separated and isolated from everybody. Being able to look at a phone and see them laugh and see them talk and, all those different things, it's not the same, but it also is something that allows that connection. I feel like after this, I'm going to keep using that type of technology. A lot of the technology that we're using way more now than a month ago, 2 months ago. I really feel like that's one thing that is definitely going to change for me.
Well, in general, and I think as far as the community, how will it change? I know it'll change the teaching community here. We've always been really poor technologically, and I think this has actually put us forward into the 21st century much quicker than it probably would have happened. And I don't see any going back after this.
Oh, and I know the other thing that I think everybody, at least I hope people don't forget, is the role that
Our essential workers.
Yeah,
play.
not just like the nurses and the EMT,
workers,
the doctor,
Walmart workers.
yeah, the
Yes.
retail workers. That
And they're all essential workers. And before, I think people were like,
yeah, those jobs. Well, those are starter jobs. Those are for teenagers. Da da da. You should. And I don't think people took those workers seriously
there wasn't much of an appreciation for them.
for what they did. No, it was
I
like
have students, so many students that are working
yeah.
right now, and they're carrying a heavy load.
teenagers that everybody just pretty much wrote off as, well, they're young, and those are the ones that you're counting on to go get your groceries, to bring them to your car, to deliver them, to check you out at the store. Those are the ones that we are these people that everybody pretty much said, yeah, they're important, but their wages, their education, whatever, they didn't take them seriously. And all of a sudden, it's those people we're counting on.
Mm-hmm.
And, I really, really hope that people remember that when this is over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a really good point that you bring up, because I think we're now seeing just how interdependent so many different industries are in keeping the world spinning. Awesome. Is there anything else you guys like to share?
I don't know. I think, overall, the experience is definitely reshaped the way you look at, like you said, connecting with people, relationships, friends. Even, we always felt like we have a good relationship with our kids. They come over, or before they would come over every Sunday, and we'd have like a game night. They'd bring over the grandkids, and every Sunday is dinner and hanging out and those kind of
And
things.
now it's that.
But at the same token, like our son who's, here, we spend time with him, but we spend more time like playing D&D.
Mm-hmm.
When she rolled a nat 20, she was jumping up, yelling and screaming, yeah.
I'm still not sure if I know when nat 20 is. I know it's 20 and it's good.
It's okay. I don't know what that means.